Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Getting straight into this clown look that I've put together for you. I was definitely inspired by Chrisspy, the queen of the Gangster Clown. So I'm just taking Glossier Stretch Concealer in Deep 4, the old formula, all over my face. And then I'm just going over that with some powder just to set it because that is quite slippy. And then I'm taking my Fenty matchstick in Espresso and just doing a bit of contouring. Not too much. This is quite warm and any contouring I want to do will be a bit cooler. So make sure I look zen. And then I'm just filling in my brows as normal, making them a bit fuller so they don't get lost. And then I'm taking a mixture of brown eyeshadows from the Morphe 35O palette and just literally smearing that all over the crease and the top of my eye to kind of give me the look of like deep set hollow eyes. And then I take the lighter shade in that same palette and just pack it on the lid. Outer corner with a really cool dark shade from the same palette. And just make sure that everything is straight. So then I take that same cool shade and put it in the hollows of my cheeks. And then I literally put some like where the hollows of my skull would be, like just above my brow bone. And then I'm taking the Inglot Gel 77 liner and this silicone nibbed brush and making a real mess of this. But I'm drawing the little like semicircles above the eyebrow. I switched brushes to like a Benefit angle brush, which was a bit better. And then I take that same angle brush and I draw the mouth area out first. If you see me looking down, it's because I'm referencing one of Chrisspy's looks. And then I do that on both sides. They're not perfect, but they are what they are. And then I take that same brush with the same Inglot 77 liner and do the lines under the eye. And I do a kind of triangle up to the lash line. And then I do like the creepy mouth lines, a little semicircle on my chin, and I line my lips with it, just so that I know where the darker lipstick's gonna go. And then I take a white eyeshadow, literally a stark white eyeshadow that I got years ago from Sephora, God knows why. And I just put it on the areas of the face that should be white. So I'm hitting the chin, under the eyes, top of my cheekbones, and the semicircles above my eyebrows. And just making that look all ghostly. It would be cool to do this with like a paint, but I actually quite like the look of powder because it makes you look more dead. And then I'm just going over the black lines again, just to make sure they're not lost when you start using the white shadow. And then I just add in the black lines above the eyebrow. And then I make sure that there's a V connecting the line under my eye to my lash line. And then I go in with a kohl pencil just to like line my lower lash line, tight line, and do the tops of my eyes. And then I go in with the same cool dark shade just to blend that in. And I think I actually also take a bit of the warmer shade just to kind of like add a bit of depth and dimension, which is so cool. This is when the look starts to come together for me, like when you start playing around with the brown shades. And then I wanted to do the nose detail. I wasn't sure if I should do a clown round nose or a skull nose, but I chose to do a skull nose because I just thought it was a bit more spooky. And then I just colour that in with the Inglot 77 liner and a bit of black eyeshadow. And I was going to leave it just to the tip of my nose, but I decided to kind of like spread it across the whole end of my nose and join the lines together. And then I go over the line that separates the top of my face to the lower part of my face, just to blur that line a little bit. And then I take some black eyeshadow and just like blend that line out. So I start with the black and then I go in with some brown shades. Same brown shades for the whole look, the cool dark tones and then the warmer tones. You can figure out which one works best for your skin tone. And then I go back in the crease of my eyes because I felt like they weren't deep enough, but I didn't want to use black there. I just wanted to keep it with the cool, dark brown shade. And that's when it starts to look a bit more blended and less patchy, touching up the lines again. And then I add dots. I take this brush that I use for the concealer and I just clean up anything on the lower part of my face and go back in again with the white powder just to make everything a bit brighter. Because it's powder, it will sink into the skin. So I wanted to like make sure that it looked white, and then when I was out, you know, you could still see everything. And that I didn't just look ashy. Then I add some mascara. This is the Nars Climax mascara, just to like make my eyelashes pop. And then I go in with the Kat Von D matte liquid lip. I forget the name. Damned, I think it is. Super deep red tone, just to line the lips. And then I take a NYX liquid suede and blend those two together. Looks really cool. And then I go over the lines around my mouth. And I take a bit of black eyeshadow and just run it around the edge of my mouth. And then I take some of the concealer again and clean up those lines because I made a bit of a mess of them, just to make that smile really pop and look maniacal. All right, guys, there you have it. This is a real hat that I own, and I'm literally just wearing my real clothes.